Welcome back. It's now time for our conversations here on the Daily Roundup with Nina. The Doro Nawas Conservancy, located in Namibia's Kunene region, is one of the country's pioneering communal conservancies, having been officially registered in 1999. Named after the iconic Doros Crater, its name translates from Khoekhoegowab as the place where rhinos roam. Covering close to 4,000 square kilometers, the conservancy is home to remarkable desert-adapted wildlife, including black rhinos, elephants, giraffes, leopards, and mountain zebra, while also encompassing world-renowned attractions such as the Petrified Forest and extensive Welwitschia fields. Through a combination of conservation, tourism, and sustainable natural resource management, the Conservancy has created employment and income opportunities for local communities while protecting one of Namibia's most unique landscapes. Joining us this evening to discuss the work of the Conservancy, its conservation successes, the challenges of balancing wildlife with community livelihoods, and the future of community-based natural resource management is Mr. Andrew Geiseb. He's the Natural Resource Manager at Doros Nawas Conservancy. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Well, for the viewers who might not be, familiar with, Doro Conservancy, tell us a little bit about the Conservancy's mandate and why such an important conservation area in Namibia.
So Doro Nawas Conservancy is one of the conservancies that was given wildlife rights by the Ministry of Environment and Forestry and Tourism. So it's in its mandate, it has a mandate to protect biodiversity, conserving wildlife, and to not only to conserve, but to derive income from there. We have joint venture agreements in joint venture partnerships so that we can generate income and plow it back to our local communities.
Doros is often highlighted as a success story when you speak about Namibia's conservancy programs. What would you say, has been the Conservancy's biggest, some of the biggest achievements over the years?
Yeah, over the years, some of its biggest achievement, of course, it's conserving. But then one of the biggest achievements that Doro Nawas has is in 2005, we went into a joint venture agreement whereby we are also having a 45% shareholding that we ended with Wilderness, where previously known as Wilderness Safaris, currently it's known as Wilderness. With that said, we also have free roaming rhinos that we are conserving, that we are protecting within our landscape, although ups and downs here, but then we are doing as much as that we can say. And one of the other successes is that we are one of the conservancies that adopted its own constitution. We wrote it ourselves as a community, and we were helped to adopt it with the help of Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism. Yeah. So those are one of the successes of Doro Nawas Conservancy that makes it such a huge, impactful conservancy and unique in its manner.
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned in my introduction, the Conservancy is home to really some of the most iconic species. How do you balance wildlife, conservation with the needs of the communities alongside these animals?
Yeah, Nina, it's a difficult thing to do. Like as I said, Doro Nawas Conservancy is like there are no fencing. There is no fencing, and there is to balance those two. It's like a community sacrifice to live together with wildlife, and so that they know that they derive income thereof. So to balance those two, we put in place mitigation measures. We give awarenesses, monthly awarenesses. We teach our people how to stay with animals, like the elephant behaviors, how to erect fences, predator-proof kraals. Like there needs to be a certain height for a kraal to be put in place to protect the livestock from predators. Because the thing is, as conservancies, our people have put it in their mandate to live together in harmony with the wildlife. So it's a very unique model. Elephants can come anytime while you are at your homestay, and this is whereby the living with wildlife should be more than the damages. So as a conservancy, we try to balance that the people that are living with wildlife, how they can derive income and how their damages shouldn't be more than the sacrifices that they are doing of living with wildlife. So there are mitigation measures in place, yeah.
Fantastic. Outside of the human-wildlife conflict, which you've managed to mitigate so wonderfully, are there any other challenges within the Conservancy, environmental-wise, that you'd like to touch on?
Yeah, Nina, there are great challenges with conserving, and you have a mandate to bring development to our people. Yep. So with regards that there are challenges in the sense of development comes, but this development comes at a cost. For instance, we have issues with regards to mining, but then mining is a great thing. It brings development, it creates jobs, yep. it contributes to the GDP of Namibia, but then all conservancies have zonation plans. Zonation plans are plans that make it assurance that there are separations of things like a grazing land, farming land, tourism land. It's a place like you can build up tourism facilities in a certain area, and you can only graze in a certain area, right. And you can only do farming in a certain area. So we have these zonation plans, but then with regards to wildlife exclusive areas where the zonation says this is only a place for animals, and this is only a peaceful place for instance, rhinos. So development comes in such an area whereby our mandates are derived and the plans that we have overlooked. So I would also like to urge that conservancy zonation plans should be protected, because these plans have been put in place by the people itself, by the people, for the people. Because the thing is, community conservancies are run on a grassroots level so as to ease the pressure on the government.
How do you involve the local communities in terms of, protecting the conservancies and also the wildlife?
Yeah, local communities are involved in decision making. We should know that local communities, members of the conservancy, are the highest body. They are the decision makers on anything, on regardless of any development that has to come in place, or how the money should be spent, what should be bought, what should take place. That's the mandate of the conservancy members, which are the highest authority. They elect the Conservancy Management Committee. They decide what needs to be done. They are the ones that take care of the wildlife. They are the ones that report incidences. If there is poaching, they are our eyes in the field, whereby we also have our community game guards, which are employed by the Conservancy as to protect our wildlife. So they are also the locals of the community, as we always cater for those which are in the area. Yeah.
So in terms of the issue now, the challenge around, the mining and development activities happening in areas which they shouldn't be happening in, what is the community doing around this to sort of rectify it?
Yeah, the community has recently, had an uprise with regards to consultations that have not been done properly. Okay. As I've said before, mining is a good thing. Yeah. Mining brings development. Yeah. Mining creates jobs. Mining creates revenue. But then as a conservancy, we have a mandate to protect and to preserve and to conserve. So as a mining comes in an area where it says it's a wildlife exclusive area, that brings about now the problems. So if wildlife is now moving away from that area, imagine a tourist from America won't be coming. Because the thing is, they come for the free roaming wildlife. As a country, we are very renowned for our free roaming wildlife. It's a unique model, and other countries have been admiring Namibia for that. So as a country, we need to keep our focus and to keep the module as it is, free roaming animals that we conserve, protect the animals within our zonation plans, let the zonation plans be adhered to so that wildlife exclusive areas can be protected, areas of great significance can be protected. Yeah.
Well, back to the tourism aspect that you just mentioned, it's really a great source of income for Doros as well. And I want to just speak to you on how tourism has improved the livelihoods of the residents and also the opportunities that is created for the young people.
Yeah, tourism is a unique module. As I was saying, like it's a module that involves everyone, a person from the grassroots, a person that cannot even read and write, a person that is illiterate. A person can be employed in a lodge setup, they can be employed in a kitchen, they will be doing scullery, washing dishes. From there, they can advance to being a chef or a waiter. That's the uniqueness of this module. This module doesn't look at how qualified you are or what papers you have, but it looks at those on the grassroots level. So Namibian government has done a great job by entrusting the locals to govern their own things, to govern their resources, to govern their things. Yeah. So it's a unique module. So we have local guides, we have chefs within the conservancy landscape. We have game guards, which are the pioneers and which are the guys which do the groundwork. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Looking ahead, to the next 5, maybe 10 years, what are the Conservancy's priorities, and what support is it still needed from government, conservation partners, etc., to help Doros to continue to thrive?
Yeah, one of our plans or future dreams is that, Nina, we cannot have game guards to be game guards for more than 10 years, 20 years. A game guard has to be capacitated for a game guard to become a tour guide. So that's the things that we are looking into, so that our game guards that are stewarding our environment become tour guides, and that they strive in that manner. So we are looking into making more opportunities for young people. We are looking into going into trees production. Like we need to study our trees, and we also need to create revenue from there off, because we are mostly focused on wildlife only. So we think there is more to be done. There is more to be brought forth. Like trees can even play a significant role as to creating revenue. We have a lot of trees within our landscape. So we think in the next coming years, conservancies can also harvest from this, so that they can also generate income from wildlife as well as from trees. So we are looking into capacitating our young people, capacitating our staff in the offices. So we are looking into these things, so as to make our people capacitated and bring them to the next level. Yeah.
Mr. Don, Andrew, all the best with your future endeavors, and thank you so much for joining us here this evening.
Yeah, thank you, Nina. And lastly, conservancies are never against development. We are never against mining. We are never against mining coming into conservancy areas, as long as it's environmentally lawful, as long as people are having free, prior, informed consent, as long as people have been given mandates, or there's been structural ideas of how this land can be rehabilitated. Because the thing is, people come into places with all promises. We'll create jobs, we'll do this, but the plans on the ground are not the same as what they're saying.
And the community doesn't benefit from it.
Exactly. Yeah. So thank
you
you,
so
Nina,
much.
for having me here.
Thank you. When we come back, our conversations continues. Do stay with us here on the Daily Roundup.